What is up, my dogs? Lawson here. So, not really my intention this morning to set out to catch a bunch of pilchards and whitebaits, but when a school of thousands upon thousands of them present themselves to you, I guess you just kind of jump on the opportunity. And I don't get to fish with whitebaits all the time anyway, so I'm really stoked about it. So we're gonna rig up the spinning rod here because they're only, some of them are like 1.5 inches long, and I got some that are like 3.5. We're also getting hit by the boat wake of like a 40-foot drift boat. So we're gonna rig up the 2500 and the light spinning rod because it's a lot easier to throw a bait like that. And drop on some 30-pound. See if we can tackle in some snook, maybe some snapper. If we catch a decent sized snapper, he might be coming home. We'll see. All right, this is about the size of most of our pilchards we have, pretty little. I call them pilchards, people call them whitebaits, threadbacks, threadfins, greenbacks. There's a fish. Oh, what is this? Oh, little cuda. All right. Not what we're looking for, but first fish is out of the way. One hook buddy here and drop back in and hopefully find a snook. The old sea pike. Oh, dude, so sick. He's probably gonna swim away. You might not be able to see him. That's a hawksbill sea turtle right there. So pretty. Oh, and a second one right up there. That's awesome. That is so sick. Pilchard, go find me a big old snook. Dropped one right underneath that boat lift. Nice mangrove. I bet he'd go 8 inches. Want to guess why they're called snappers? We're gonna drop this pilchard right underneath this boat lift here. Let it just sink back through. Should get absolutely clapped. There it is. Little. Another mangy. Hoping we'll find a bigger one or maybe even a little grouper up in there. Oh, missed him. Got a little too excited on that one. Come on now. All right. Double decker on the pilcher rig here. Let's see what happens. That might be a better fish. Still not anything humongous, but feels heavier than the other fish I've been catching. Just a bit of a bigger, upscaled mangrove. I bet he'd keep. This is insane. I could just catch as many freaking snappers as I want, it feels like. I might move on here in a second. I don't need to put that bad of a hurting on one single spot. It's mangy number 4 or 5. All right, let's move on. It's got to be another cat. Feels like it. I don't know, this feels kind of heavier, honestly. Doesn't mean it's not a catfish though, but it does get, what the freak? What the hell is happening right now? Where's this thing at? Oh, it's a freaking jack. We're weeding our way through tons and tons of little fish here. I'm hoping eventually in one of these docks we find like a nice snook or a grouper or maybe a big snapper laid up, but so far it's been snapper, jack, and catfish, and something already has this, it feels like. Maybe not. Yeah, if we can find, when you're fishing small white baits, like it's kind of the same thing as shrimp, I feel like. It's kind of a numbers game of like running through a ton of bait and a ton of little small fish to find some good ones, unless you're specifically sight casting, which you can't really sight cast on a 12-foot dock here. There's a fish. Feels all right. I'm literally just letting that pilchard drift way back into the docks. It's probably a jack, but oh no, a nice mutton. That's what I'm talking about. Holy crap, that is dope. That is dope. Oh my gosh, he's spitting up shrimp and squid and everything, dude. That is pretty sick right there. That is a mutton snapper, probably one of the most beautiful snapper there are. Now, they have to be 18 inches to be legally kept, and I bet he'd go like 15 maybe. So he won't be coming home, but how sick and how beautiful is that fish right there, man. I mean, one of the coolest snappers, and they go so hard, bro. They fight insanely hard. I've caught a few big ones when I was a kid in the Bahamas. Like my biggest mutton's probably like 14 pounds, I bet. But that is awesome. The rig up real quick. Okay, so I have a 4-aught little J hook, and this is actually a 1/8 ounce tungsten bullet weight, something you'd use for bass fishing. Then I attached 30-pound fluoro to it, and this is 10-pound mainline braid, 2500 size reel, a mag light spinning rod, like insane sensitivity on this rod here to feel those bites. Now the little worm weight setup here, you know, you'd call this a Texas rig bass fishing if I had a wide gap hook on there. But in saltwater, I kind of call it a knocker rig, where you have that weight on there and it slides down and goes boom, boom, and knocks onto your hook. So call it whatever you want. Basically a Texas rig, knocker rig hybrid that we're rocking here. And I just wanted like basically the lightest weight I had to feel a little bit more tension on the line, because it is a bit windy today, but also to sink down a bit, because snapper and grouper, they're going to be up, not up, they're not going to be up on the water column, they're going to be down low, especially grouper. So being able to drop down a bit, and it's going to have a really slow natural fall. Maybe if we find we're not catching the snapper that we want, like we've caught a mutton there, so we kind of are, but if we're catching a lot of jack, or we're catching even like catfish or ladyfish, that kind of tells me that we're not in the right water column, because jack are going to be suspended either in the mid or all the way up top. So it's kind of a work in progress here and a moving scale. So it's like if the snapper seem to be disappearing and we're catching trash fish, then we drop down. Oh, there's a fish. It's got to be a jack. All right. Yeah. Hit it on the way down. We haven't located anything big, but we're catching a ridiculous amount of fish today, so there's that, I suppose. I'm gotten to a point in my life where I'm a bit more of a quality man than a quantity, but sometimes it's not bad to come out and just whack a crap ton of fish. And honestly, I'm like pretty stoked on that little mutton, so things aren't bad. Hopefully we can whack a good fish before we close the day out, though. Oh, nice fish. Nice. What is that? It's gotta be a jack, right? No, another decent mutton. Oh, and there's a coot underneath them. I'm gonna navigate through all these pilings here. Gosh, it's insane how much harder the muttons fight than a mangrove or anything. Man, could you imagine how dope it would be if these were 18-inch muttons instead of like 14s? Like, that would be insane. One, just let alone how hard they would fight, being just a bit bigger, but also be keepers. Oh, okay, mutton gone. Cool, man, that's sick. That's like kind of what I was hoping to catch today, flipping these docks with these live pilchards. That, and hopefully maybe like a black grouper or a gag. But the muttons, I'm stoked on, man. They're just so stupidly pretty.